If one of the gods were to tell you that you will die tomorrow, or, at the latest, in 2 days, would you place great importance on the difference between tomorrow and the day after? At first, this sounds like a question about death, but it isn't. It's a question about life. Think about it. If you knew you had 1 day left, would it really matter if someone gave you one more? Would you spend that extra day worrying about what people think, chasing another promotion, holding on to an old argument, carrying resentment? Probably not. Because when time becomes visible, what is truly important also becomes visible. The Stoics understood something we spend our whole lives trying to avoid. Death is not merely the end of life, it is the greatest teacher of life. It strips away illusion. It reminds us that our time is borrowed. Every sunrise is a gift, not a guarantee. Yet most of us live as if we have an endless supply of tomorrows. We postpone conversations. We postpone forgiveness. We postpone our dreams. We postpone becoming the person we know we could be, always believing there will be time. But time has never promised us anything. It simply keeps moving. And perhaps that is why Marcus Aurelius asked this question, not to make us fear death, but to free us from wasting life. Because once you accept that your days are finite, something extraordinary happens. You stop treating life as something to consume, and you begin treating it as something sacred. You become more careful with your attention, more intentional with your relationships, more grateful for ordinary moments. Suddenly, a walk in nature is no longer ordinary. A conversation with your parents becomes priceless. A meal with your children becomes holy. Even silence becomes meaningful, because you realize these moments are not repeating. And perhaps the greatest tragedy is not that we die. The greatest tragedy is living as if we never will. We collect possessions while neglecting our souls. We build careers while forgetting to build character. We spend years preparing for a future we may never reach. The awareness of death should not make us anxious. It should make us awake. It should remind us that today deserves our full presence, that love should not be delayed, that kindness should not be postponed, that purpose cannot wait for the perfect time, because perhaps the measure of a meaningful life is not how many years we were given, but how deeply we inhabited the days we had. So if someone told you that you would die tomorrow or the day after, would the difference really matter? Or would you finally understand what matters today? Don't wait for death to remind you how precious life is. Live each day with the awareness that it is borrowed, and you'll begin to notice that the ordinary moments were extraordinary all along.